Hi, my name is Moses Goldman. Welcome to my channel. I'm very glad to come to you today with this new content. And today we're going to talk about why the richest billionaires invest in US farmland. Why the richest billionaires invest in US farmland. Now, the news has been coming out that some of the richest billionaires in America are investing, they're buying up more US farmland. So that's what we're going to look into. For example, Bill Gates is the largest owner of US farmland. That is pure US farmland, agricultural land. Bill Gates is the number one owner of pure US farmland, agricultural, fertile land. Also, we have John Malone. He is the biggest owner of land in general. General purpose land. John Malone has more than 2.2 million acres in US land. You also have Ted Turner. Ted Turner is the founder of CNN, and he also owns 2 million acres in US land, general purpose land. And so we're going to look at the reasons why the richest billionaires invest in US farmland. All right, let's go. So number one is passive income. Passive income. So the reason why the richest billionaires invest in US farmland is that they want to earn passive income. And when we talk about passive income is a kind of income that you don't have to wake up and go out there and hustle for it. Money makes money while you sleep. Passive income is where your money is working for you. All right. So when the rich invest in huge lands, there are ways that they can generate passive income. For instance, they can lease this land to some farmers. They can also lease the land to ranchers. Also, they can lease this land to gold miners or oil companies, oil prospecting companies or gold prospecting companies. They can also lease this land to movie producers. They can do movies like Tyler Perry movie or some Calvin Costner movie or something like that they can do this movie or shoot this movie on a huge land that these billionaires have. All right, they can also lease to ranchers or lease to some oil companies that the companies can put a pipeline on this land. All these are ways, are examples in which billionaires can earn passive income from their land. So one of the biggest reasons why the richest billionaires are investing in US farmland is that they want to earn passive income. All right, let's move on to number two. Number two is that they want to hedge against the unknown. The unknown. So this is the second reason why the richest billionaires invest in US farmland. For millions of years, since the ancient times, since the time of the Romans, since the time of King David, land has always been the most valuable investment, the most valuable property, the number one natural resource on earth, that is land. So billionaires, they don't want to live their life in a vacuum. They always want to hedge their lives, and they also always want to hedge their investments. They cannot leave anything to chance, period. Billionaires don't take chances. And so they use the land investment, huge lands that they buy as a hedge against the unknown. Who knows what happens tomorrow? You wake up in the morning and you hear something has happened. There is a coup, military coup here in Central America somewhere, or in the Middle East somewhere, and things begin to happen. Or there's war in the South China Sea, there's war in the Middle East, or there's war in the Crimea area, or there's war in Syria. You never know. Things happen, geopolitical events, geostrategic events happen, and nobody can control human crisis. For centuries, since the time of the first human, there has always been a crisis. Every now and then there is a crisis. So the rich use land as a hedge against the unknown, against unforeseen circumstances, against geopolitical risk, against geostrategic risk. So this is one of the reasons why the rich hedge. They use land to hedge against the unknown, or they buy up U.S. farmland to hedge against the unknown. Now, let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is strategic retreat. Strategic retreat. Now, since the beginning of mankind, people have always dreamt of a great life, a wonderful life, beautiful life, paradise. And so the rich always, they are in search of paradise, so they buy huge farmland as a means to experience paradise on earth. So they have huge lands that they have rivers on it, streams on it, vineyard on it, beautiful crops, beautiful animals. You have animals grazing on these lands. You have birds feeding on these lands, These are spectacular sights that the rich want to behold, So they wake up on this land and they survey their land. They see beautiful waterfalls. They see beautiful animals, beautiful mountains. It makes them feel good. And then it relieves their mind. It gives them a new inspiration for life. And then they wake up, they go back to their corporate headquarters, and they are in top shape. So they use these huge farmlands or these huge lands as a kind of strategic retreat, some presidential retreat, like a kind of mini Camp David, where they go and relax, recollect their minds, and be inspired with new ideas. This is what they do, to come up with great ideas, brilliant ideas that can transform their lives forever. This is what the rich do. So this is the third reason why the rich invest in U.S. Farmland. And now let's move on to the fourth reason why the rich invest in U.S. farmland. Let me take care of this, and then we can go on to the fourth reason. All right. The fourth reason why the richest billionaires invest in U.S. farmland is that they need leverage. They use the land as leverage to borrow. All right. So banks love real estate. Banks love to lend money for real estate investments. And so if you have a huge, land, you have huge acres of land, you can easily borrow probably up to 40% or more, depending on your credit profile. All right. So the richest billionaires, they have the ability to use these farmlands to borrow huge sums of money and invest this money into some of their projects. Okay. So that is what the rich do. Leverage. Leverage means you have the ability to do more with less. The rich love leverage, just like they love passive income. So they use the farmland that they have to give them the ability or the capacity to borrow more money from the bank and invest these huge sums of money into some of their projects. So land gives them huge leverage. All right. So now let's move on to number 5. Number 5 is that they use the land as a reserve, strategic reserve. Strategic reserve. Now, the richest billionaires, they invest in U.S. farmland because they want to use the farmland as a strategic reserve, meaning that they have huge amount of cash on their hands. What do they do with this cash? They're literally swimming in cash, billions of dollars. And the rich never ever put their eggs, they don't put all their eggs in one basket. They always want to diversify. All right. So these huge farmlands or general purpose lands that the rich buy or invest in the United States, They are for a strategic reserve purpose. They want to park assets, park, put their money in these lands so that they have money here, money there, money there, money there, and money invested in lands. They can always go back to this money. And best of all, this money that they put in the lands, they are a hedge against inflation, because land always appreciates in value. For the most part, land always appreciates in value. So that is what we're talking about here. All right. So the fifth reason why the richest billionaires invest in U.S. farmland is that they want to they want to use the land as a strategic reserve where they park their money. All right, let's move on to number 6. Number 6 is diversification. All right, so the rich do not want to put all their eggs in one basket. They want to diversify. They cannot afford to risk their hard-earned capital. So they have to reduce exposure to stocks. They have to reduce their exposure to bonds. They have to reduce their exposure to cash in the bank. All right. What if you wake up in the morning, there is a stock market crash? What if you wake up in the morning and there is a sovereign default somewhere around the world and bond prices begin to tank? What if you wake up in the morning, there is a military coup somewhere? The rich don't want to take chances, so they have to diversify. So farmland gives them one of the most strategic investment vehicles with which they would diversify their investments. All right, so they buy up huge acres of U.S. farmland that they will use to diversify their investment. So I hope you are enjoying this video, and I hope you like it. I hope you're going to subscribe, and I hope you support my way. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.